Hi, thanks for clicking on this video. As you can see by the title, I will share with you guys some opinions that I think K-pop stans will never ever admit but that are actually facts and you can't really deny. But of course I could be wrong and you can feel free to contradict me and explaining your opinions down in the comments. Anyway, now let's not waste any more time and let's get on with the video. Some group members are really just colleagues. As much as we all like to think that group members are all very close friends, it's not always true. I hate when people assume how close some idols are judging by how often they post pictures together or things like that. For example, it annoys me when people claim Blackpink are not real friends just because they're not always together. The truth is we know nothing about how close idols are, but some idols are really just colleagues, especially when the group first debuts. You can clearly tell these people have not spent that much time together, maybe because someone was added to the lineup last minute and things like that. Obviously, as time goes by the members tend to get closer, but even then there can definitely be members that don't relate to each other and are very different, so they don't necessarily spend a lot of time together outside of the group's schedules. It's a bit like those schoolmates that you are friendly with at school, but you wouldn't necessarily hang out with during the weekend, and that's okay. There will always be a member that you might find it harder to click with if you are an idol and your relationship with them will not be as deep as the one you might have with another member. It's literally normal, but of course K-pop stans have to overthink everything. Some idols might simply not want to be on stage anymore and you should accept it. I will make a specific example with Kim Minju, who was in IZ*ONE, and after the group's disbandment a year ago she hasn't done anything music related. A lot of people, me included, really miss seeing her on stage and wish to see idol Minju again. Many people have also blamed her company for not chasing this opportunity, thinking she should have re-debuted already. But have you ever thought that maybe she just doesn't want to be on stage anymore? Minju was an actress before she debuted in IZ*ONE and her company mostly manages actors and media personalities. She didn't join the company because she wanted to debut as an idol but because she wanted to get into the acting world. I'm sure that if she wanted to be on stage again after IZ*ONE's disbandment she would have changed her company if the company wasn't willing to re-debut her. Any other company would have died to have Kim Minju signed to them. But it's likely she's happy the way she is now and we should accept it. IZ*ONE was an important experience for her, but ultimately she might not be interested in being an idol anymore, and I wish people stopped blaming the company as if it was the company's fault for not re-debuting her when maybe it was Minju herself that didn't want that. Recently there have been news about Minju's contract with her company being close to expiring, so who knows, maybe she will actually change company and re-debut as an idol. That's surely possible, but in the end I just wish to see her doing what she wants, no matter what it is. This obviously applies to many other former idols that have chosen to retire or get into acting. Stop assuming you know what they want. People might not want to be on stage anymore after a while. Chuki is not the idol with the best stage presence. I'm sorry, but how can there be an idol who is considered the standard or the best at something that is very subjective? Stage presence is different for everyone. I can personally think someone has great presence while another K-pop stan may think that idol is actually underwhelming or maybe overdoing it. It's almost as subjective as beauty. Not to mention every group has a different concept and every member has a different style to express a certain concept, so how can we say one idol is the best and how can we consider them the standard? Personally, if you ask me who I think has the best stage presence in Billie, I will say her. She never misses. She's super versatile and pops off in every single concept. So I find it funny when someone claims a certain idol to be the best of the best as something so subjective as stage presence. Chuki is great, but I don't think we can possibly say she is the standard for stage presence or that she is the best. Billie are one of my alts and they personally have one of my favorite stage presence in K-pop. But some people are going too far claiming Chuki to be the best and straight up attacking other idols. Physical sales are not an indicator of popularity. If the physical sales match the digitals, then of course that means being very successful. But if the physicals are high while the digitals are low, that just means having a big fandom, or maybe not that big of a fandom that just mass buys albums. And even if your fandom is big, that's still not an indicator of popularity. Popularity should be measured by taking into consideration the general public and not your own fandom. But back to album sales. If they're high, some stans like to brag about their group being so successful. I've seen this a lot with many fourth-gen boy groups in particular. A lot of sales, but their music is nowhere to be found on the charts. And I mean, that's totally fine. It's not like I'm expecting everyone to top the charts. But I find it annoying when I see some stans having some kind of superiority complex just because their group sells a lot. I'm sorry, but literally every fandom is able to mass buy. Selling a lot still doesn't mean having the general public on your side, and can you really brag about success if the general public isn't even listening to your songs? Stan attractors are just as important as skilled members. I'm sorry, but this is a fact. Stan attractors contribute more to the group's popularity and success compared to very talented members. Thinking talent is all that matters is extremely naive, and it's also very hypocritical, because I would really like to know how many times you have gotten into a group because of someone that caught your attention because of their visual, their personality, or other factors that were not talent related. It must have happened to you. If you say you only get into groups because of how talented they are, you're straight up lying. I'm sorry, but you're lying. So stop being such hypocrites and literally attack those members who are not that skilled when you surely happen to get interested in a group for something else besides talents at least a few times. Dayan is the most fundamental member in Kepler. I know that all of the members are important, but I feel like the group would be really lost without Dayan. She is literally one of the best all-rounders of this generation. She is such a strong rapper. She is most likely the strongest vocalist besides Chaeyeon and Young-eun. But most importantly, she is a phenomenal dancer. But the main reason as to why I think she's fundamental is because of how capable she is at motivating her group. If you've been following the girls since Girls Planet, or if you've been watching them on Queendom, you must have seen how charismatic she is every time it comes to performing. She takes responsibility when it comes to leading the group during rehearsals and when it's time to teach everyone the choreo and the formations. She is that one member that never looks lost. She has always everything under control and has incredible leadership. As you know, Eugene is Kepler's official leader and Mashiro is the second leader. They are amazing leaders who are really like motherly figures to the other girls, and they're also very experienced. But Dayan is definitely the member with the strongest leadership quality. She has the type of leadership that brings the group forward and motivates everyone. She is always so attentive, and she's a perfectionist that wants to see everybody doing well and standing strong on their own. Not to mention she's an incredible choreographer and an incredible performer. So in conclusion, what I'm trying to say is that she's such an important member, and it makes me so genuinely sad seeing people hating on her and discrediting everything she does. I just wanted to appreciate her and remind everyone that Kepler would really not be the same without her presence. Okay, these were some honest K-pop facts that I unfortunately think K-pop stans will never admit and will never accept. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you like this video then consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks again for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.